Alright, good morning or good afternoon, y'all. Today we're going to fill in some of these definitions of different sound devices. You're only going to do a few. This video is going to be straight to the point. Like I said, you're only going to do a few. You'll come back to the rest on another day. So first, one aspect of language is the use of sound devices. The most common sound devices are rhyme, alliteration, assonance, consonants, onomatopoeia, and repetition. We already know what some of these are. We use them when we're talking about figurative language. So sound devices are often used when we're using figurative language or reading figurative language or identifying figurative language. I guess that makes the most sense. So the first one you're going to write down is alliteration, and that is the repetition of initial sounds or consonant sounds in a line of poetry or in closely adjacent lines. So make sure you're writing that down. Alliteration creates a beautiful effect in poetry. It creates music and emphasizes rhyme, but it can also enrich meaning. So here's an example. All these examples are from Alright by Kendrick Lamar. So I keep my head up high and I cross my heart and hope to die. So you see the repetition of the H sound in these two lines. So write it down. Assonance is the repetition of a vowel sound in the same line or closely adjacent lines of poetry. Excuse me. Write that down in the example. Pick back in chat. I shut the back for y'all. I rap. I'm black and on track, so rest assured. So you see that short A sound is repeated, and that again is assonance. Consonance is the repetition of a consonant sound in the same lines of poetry. Now consonance is very similar to alliteration. However, alliteration, you're going to hear it mostly at the beginning of the word, like these H's. For consonants, it can be anywhere else in the word. So these are very similar. So the repetition of consonant sounds in the same lines of poetry. The example, when you know we've been hurt, been down before, in the song he kind of makes these two rhyme. That's also called false rhyme, but we'll get into that another day. When my pride was low, looking at the world like where did we go? And we hate po-po. So you see these, excuse me, these O sounds at the end of the words. This is consonant. And repetition is the repeating words, phrases, lines, or stanzas. So we really know what repetition is, right? Repetition is used to emphasize a feeling or idea, create rhythm, and or develop a sense of urgency. We're going to be alright. We're going to be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We're going to be alright. For songs, we know the chorus is usually repeated. So mostly you'll see the stanza in a song that is repeated will be the chorus. It can also just be words that are said over and over again, repeated. So like I said, repeating words, phrases, lines, or stanzas. So make sure you have all of these down. You can go back through for any of them that you didn't get. If you have any further questions, go ahead and raise your hand, and myself or Mr. Mendoza will come and help you as soon as we can. All right.